that door. Okay, so guys, thanks a million for attending this evening. I don't want to keep you guys who have come on right now. I don't want to keep you too late. It's 7 o'clock now. Just gone 7 o'clock. So I appreciate you giving me an hour of your time this evening. My name is Joanne. I work in the Institute of Health Sciences. I work in the academic team in the sports nutrition area, and I also work in operations. And I'm a practicing nutritional therapist. I have completed this health and wellness coaching course previously as well, and I find it really, really helpful for my own practice. And I also find it very, very helpful in terms of personal things as well, just in terms of coaching and coaching myself. So I will go through the health and wellness coaching courses, what we offer, what you can expect. So firstly, just you can sit back, relax and listen. This presentation will be available to you after this evening, so I just ensured that I am recording it. So tomorrow it will be sent out to you in emails. The agenda for the next hour or so is a brief introduction to IHS, what we're all about basically, information about the health and wellness, the introduction to health and wellness coaching, so that's the 1 month course, and then the certificate in health and wellness coaching, which is the practitioner training. So with the introduction, it's important to remember it's just an introduction to this. In order to become a practitioner in this area, you need to complete the 3 month course. So, excuse me, we have webinars and we also have an in-class version of the course in Dublin and also in London. Then at the end of the presentation, we'll have time for questions. If there's anything that I didn't cover during this presentation, you'll get a chance to ask. If you've got any questions about the course, I'll do my best to answer them for you. And so we'll keep that till the end. So just to speak about who are the Institute of Health Sciences. Firstly, we're an industry and academically recognised institute offering training in the areas of nutrition and coaching. This is our 14th year as a training provider, and we have hundreds of students enrolled with us from all over the globe. So a lot of our courses are actually e-learning courses. We do have a lot of in-class courses, but because we have a huge e-learning cohort, it opens it up to a massive array of students worldwide. So we have students in Australia, New Zealand, Singapore, South Africa, Canada, all over Europe as well, Eastern Europe as well. So the United Arab Emirates. Yeah, we have students everywhere. We offer part-time and online student options for adult learners, and all courses combine evidence-based, traditional and contemporary methods of managing health. So obviously in terms of the nutrition information that we provide to our students, it's all evidence-based, but we also touch on the kind of traditional end of food and nutrition as well, because that's really important too. Our courses are suitable for those who are looking for a new career, those who want to learn more for personal and professional gain, and those exploring a passion that may turn into a career. So again, with this health and wellness coaching, many of you might be already professionals in your own right, and you want to add something onto your list of skills. Other people amongst you guys might decide, actually, I want to change my career completely and change the direction of your career. So these courses are really, really good at starting off that process. So we'll just look at what health and wellness coaching is. So health and wellness coaching is a set of tools, communication techniques and skills that help to promote positive change in a person or within a group of people. It has developed over the past 30 years as an important healthcare discipline, but the tools and skills from health and wellness coaching translate brilliantly into everyday life and many different careers. So they help to enhance your communication skills, and they also help promote development and change within yourself and your own life as well, and different areas of your career may not necessarily be health and wellness related. So it is a very kind of, I suppose it's a very flexible skills to take on board. Sorry, phone is I'll just switch that off, sorry about that. So it utilizes the latest evidence-based behaviors change strategies, including motivational interviewing, life coaching, the readiness to change model, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, NLP, which is neuro-linguistic programming, and SMART goals and action steps. So you can see that it utilizes all of these kind of well-studied and well-known areas of coaching and life coaching, and it kind of neatly packages and uses the best areas of those skills and develops them further. Life coaching, so it is like life coaching, but with a wellness focus. So you'll see further on the presentation what I mean by a wellness focus. Excuse me. So I'd like you to ask yourself now, is there a lifestyle change that you know would improve your health and wellness? Do you know exactly what you need to do to change? And have you even implemented change more than once but ended back where you started? So I certainly can say yes to all of those. So why did you end up back where you started? And the reason is because lifestyle change is hard. So we know what we need to do, and we know where we need to go, and we know the steps that we need to actually put in place, but we still really struggle with that. Lifestyle change is challenging, and all change is challenging because I suppose a lot of people, it's a fear of the unknown. It can be daunting. It requires to be mentally ready. And sometimes a person may not be mentally ready. It may not necessarily be you. It might be somebody that you know, or it might be a client of yours or a colleague of yours. It often pushes you out of your comfort zone, and we all know that we like our comfort zone. It feels nice and safe, and we're not going to feel out of place or overly challenged. But in my experience of being a practitioner and doing many courses like this, you have to go outside of your comfort zone if you want to grow and change as a person. It can be really difficult and uncomfortable for a while, that's why it's called your comfort zone. But if you do push yourself and leave your comfort zone, it really helps you to grow as an individual and helps to develop your skills further. It requires preparation. It requires consistency as well. Consistency is so important when it comes to any sort of a lifestyle change. Doing it for 2 days in a row is not going to help. It has to be consistent long term, so it requires longevity, and it may require perceived loss. So especially in terms of lifestyle changes, there might be an element of that lifestyle that you might decide that you need to more early, especially if it involves things like, giving up your possibly favorite foods like chocolate, or reducing or giving up alcohol for a period of time. And that sometimes for some people can be hard to deal with. It obviously doesn't have to be foods or anything. It can be lots of different things. And then why do we often reject change? Sometimes someone tells us we should or we need to change, and that's including ourselves. And nobody likes being told what to do. We may be feeling that we're being admonished into change. So you're being forced into it or being shamed into it. We are given reasons to change that may not resonate with us. So if you're asking somebody to change and they don't really understand your reasons for expecting this change, or they don't agree with them necessarily. And also, lastly, we may not be ready to change, which is really important, because you need to be ready mentally, because what we spoke about before, you have to take on all of those different changes in your life. So in terms of how a health coach works, a health coach will acknowledge that you are an expert in your own life. So it's really important as a coach to not boss somebody or not tell them, well, you should make this, or you definitely have time for this, and kind of act as if you know more about their life than they do. It's really important that you assume that your client knows more than what you do about themselves, obviously. A coach will act as an ally and not an expert. They will be empathetic and understanding and not judgmental. They will find out how ready you are to change. They will find out you may not want to, why you may not want to, and why you may not want to change. They will work with you and your ideas. They will offer support, and they will formulate a workable plan for change. They will stick with you and celebrate your successes. So you can see from those points that it's a very different relationship from a lot of therapeutic relationships. And certainly from my perspective as a practitioner and nutritional therapist, this type of approach to working with people is very refreshing, and it helps you to, I suppose, have a relationship, and it's not a practitioner client or a practitioner patient relationship. It's more of a supportive role. Your client is the one that's in charge. They're able to say, no, that's a step too far for me. No, I don't like the idea of that, or I don't like the sound of that, or whatever it may be. And that's a really important thing, that your client has that ownership of what they're doing and that responsibility as well. And celebrating success is really important, because a lot of people think you can only celebrate it when you get to where whatever your end goal is, and then you can celebrate it. But it's really important that along the way there's little wins, and to celebrate those and give yourself a clap on the back, and also give your client a clap on the back, because they are the little wins, and that's what encourages the person to move forward and to keep going, rather than, thinking, oh, I have like whatever 6 months to get here and I'm not allowed to relax until that happens. Whereas if you enjoy the little wins along the way, it makes it a more enjoyable process and more likely to be successful. So what health and wellness coaching is not. It's not simply telling or advising someone what to do. It's not being an expert in someone else's life. It's not admonishment and telling people what to do. It's not all about diet and exercise alone, and it's not a therapy, and it's not focusing on the past. So how to be more coach-like and being more coach-like. You do not need to be a practitioner to be more coach-like. We can all benefit from developing our coaching approach. Understanding different perspectives more easily is one of a really good benefit, or a really good, I suppose, a skill that you will receive from doing the introduction course, and of course the 3-month course as well. It enhances your listening skills. It helps to empower yourself and also others. It helps to build accountability for ourselves and others. And accountability is really important, especially these days when people can just kind of go, oh, it's not my fault, or they're kind of possibly too easy to blame other things. Accountability is really important, especially when you're trying to hit a goal or reach a goal. Setting effective goals and action steps. If this can be applied in every single area of a person's life, it doesn't have to be in terms of health and wellness. It can be personal growth and development. It can be in terms of your career. It could be in terms of family. It could be financial. There's loads of ways that you can use this to help to benefit your life. And it also focuses on gratitude and happiness. Excuse me. It's important to remember and to, I suppose, express gratitude for everything that you do have, and obviously for things that you will have, and be happy with your lot at the moment, because I suppose it's important just to be grateful for being alive, for being healthy, for being happy, for having a roof over your head, for your family, for your friends. They're the things that I suppose sometimes can be taken for granted, and it's important to remember that it is necessary to be grateful for these things too. So the mountain guide analogy is a really good way of describing what a coach is like. The coaching experience is much like climbing a mountain with an experienced guide. Mountain guides do not climb mountains for people. They enable people to climb to new heights in places they have never been before. The guide is an ally, a supporter, a source of feedback, and a motivator who holds the person accountable to the task taken on. Together, they attain the summit and experience increased health. So basically what this is saying is the mountain guide is showing the person the way. They're not doing it for them. They're not doing the exercise for them, or they're not doing whatever the action steps are for the person, but they're just guiding them along and giving them advice along the way. So it's important to remember that health and wellness coaching works, and the research shows it. Recent research on the use of health coaching strategies alongside conventional healthcare practice demonstrates statistically significant improvements in depression scores, in exercise behaviours, in long-term weight loss, quality of life scores, a reduction in hospital admissions and accident and emergency visits, and significantly increases goal attainment as well. So it's really important to I suppose take on board that when health and wellness coaching is done correctly, it really has a huge impact on the people who have it done. So looking at the different courses that health and wellness can be done in IHS. So firstly, we have the Introduction to Health and Wellness Coaching. In this course, you'll learn basic health and wellness coaching skills and techniques to help improve the health, vitality, well-being, communication, and success. The next start date is the 4th of February, which is a couple of weeks away. The course, the length of the course is 1 month long. The study format is online with 2 optional webinars. The good thing about the webinars is if you're not in a position to attend live webinars, they're always recorded and then they're made available for the students a day or 2 later. The good thing about attending them if you're in a position to do so is that you can ask questions live. So your tutor will be there obviously speaking the same way that I am. And if you have any questions about material, or if you'd like their opinion on something, you can ask them there and then. And so obviously at the start of the course, you're given the dates for when the webinar is, so you're able to schedule it into your diary. And the cost of the course is €250. And then what is covered in this course, in the introduction, so you have an introduction to coaching and communication skills, developing a coaching and growth mindset, so changing your mindset as an individual, an introduction to positive psychology and gratitude and fulfillment, improving your listening skills, using powerful questions and how to use them and when to use them, accountability, ownership, empowerment, and losing the blame culture that I mentioned earlier, and I suppose owning it for yourself. Readiness to change and understanding when a person is ready to change, how to notice it, and especially in yourself as an individual. Letting go of trying to fix everything for everyone. So that is another thing that a lot of people will take on, especially if they are, I suppose, working in some sort of a therapy, or they might be just that might just be their nature in general, but trying to let that go so that you're not taking on too much stress for yourself. Building and nurturing positive health norms, supports and connections in both your personal and work life. So getting that work-life balance is really important, and developing healthy habits that will benefit you, your family, your loved ones, and support networks and connections within your work and personal life that will help to build up those healthy habits as well. The power of reflection and how important it is to do it now and then, and to look back, reflect on the day, whether it's a day, week, month, year, whatever it is. Reflection is really important. And SMART goals and action steps. So using the SMART goals system and then developing your action steps in order to attain those goals. So who's the course for, and who's it suitable for? So it's suitable for anyone interested in learning more about health and wellness coaching and becoming more coach-like in their personal and professional communications. So as I said, you don't have to be a practitioner. You don't have to be already working in the area of health and wellness. It is for anyone who just wants to improve their communication skills, their listening skills, and just be more coach-like in their day-to-day life. I definitely think it's a brilliant course to do if this is something that you're even slightly interested in. It can be really life transforming for some people. For those who would like to dip their toe into the coaching water before progressing into the longer course. So you may be considering doing the 3-month practitioner course, but you're just not sure. So this is a good way to kind of see if you like it. And also for those who can't wait to start being more coach-like, and they want to get started basically straight away. So it's ideal for you as well. So we do have a special offer for the introduction to the health and wellness coaching course. If your fees are paid but before this Friday, which is the 25th of January, you can use the discount code CPD30 and you'll get 30% discount from your course fees off of the €250. So that'll be €75 off. And we'll also knock the price off. We'll knock that price that you pay off of the full 3-month health and wellness coaching course as well, if you go straight onto it. So if you continue on, if you do this intro course and then continue on to the full practitioner course, what you pay for this introduction course will be knocked off the fees for the full practitioner course. Obviously we'll summarize that special offer in the email we send out tomorrow. So in terms of the practitioner training and the longer course, so this is a certificate in health and wellness coaching, and this is, excuse me, this is the practitioner training course. So after you've completed this course, you will be qualified to be a health and wellness coach, and you can register with different bodies and get insurance to practice as well. So we have 2 class locations. In Dublin, we're starting on the 4th of March. There's 3 workshop weekends, and there are the dates if you need to take those down. And then we also have one starting in London as well on the 3rd of June. The course starts on the 3rd of June, and the intensive workshop is from the 6th to the 9th. So it's 4 days in intensive workshop rather than class weekends, or weekend classes, excuse me. So the cost of the course is €995, and if you're in the UK or doing it in London, it's €895. And then the webinars, we will be starting those on the 11th of March. We have 16 webinars over 8 weeks, so there's 2 webinars a week, and they're 2 hours long each, so it's 4 hours per week. It will be starting on the 9th. The webinars go from the 19th to the 23rd of May, and 1 week off in April at the 15th. I think Easter or something is on that time, so there won't be webinars on that time whenever Easter is on. So for the course, everything, both in class and webinars, is structured home study. So whether you're attending your lecture weekends or doing the intensive workshop in London or doing webinars, you will get an outline of home study to complete. You'll also have buddy coaching, so you'll be paired up with another person in your class or in your group, and you'll together practice your coaching skills on each other. There will be a case study to complete at the end of all of the courses. You have full tutor support, so your tutor generally has 1 or 2 days a week where you're able to contact them with any questions. There's also a group forum where you can sorry, my mouth's gone a bit dry, where you can send any questions in to, if you can address them or for the attention of your group tutor, or you can share interesting information that you saw in coaching with your peers and your fellow students. So just to let you know some information about Real Balance Global Wellness Services. So together with Real Balance, IHS has brought this type of coaching to Ireland, and it's also in association with Dr. Michael Orlowski, who is the kind of founder of Real Balance Global Wellness Services. Real Balance have trained thousands of coaches around the world. So Dr. Orlowski has trained loads of coaches. He trained myself as well. He's a licensed psychologist and professional certified coach with over 30 years of professional experience. He's the author of the book Wellness Coaching for Lasting Lifestyle Change, and that's a specific book about health and wellness coaching. And he's an integrative health, or he's head of integrative health studies program at the California Institute for Integral Studies. So he's a very well accomplished man, and this is his area, and he has developed this type of coaching in particular. And then with Real Balance Global Wellness Services, we have brought this coaching then to Ireland to train other people. So the wellness mapping 360 model. So this is the paperwork and the kind of coaching model that Dr. Michael Orlowski has developed himself. It gives health and wellness professionals a framework and all of the paperwork required to systematically work with individuals to achieve positive and lasting lifestyle change. So the Wellness Mapping 360 process includes processes and paperwork for assessment and exploration, developing a personal wellness map, establishing accountability and support, evaluating progress, and producing measurable outcomes. So we're going to look at these in a tiny little bit of detail now. So here you can see it's, obviously like a cycle. So we have exploration, so exploring what somebody needs to change or what they're looking at to change. If they possibly already know, a general area could be, let's say, take fitness, for instance. What within their fitness area do they need to change? Vision, motivation. So what is it that is motivation, and why, or what's going to keep them going on the days that they're feeling a little bit less motivated? What's their wellness plan going to be? Exploring that. And this is done in conjunction with the client. So as the coach, you're not going, okay, John, I want you to do this, and off you go. You're creating it together. You're asking them for their feedback and their input. You're providing advice and guidance where it's, where they need it, but you're not the one giving instructions. So that's not what coaching is about. Putting the action steps and establishing accountability. So this is where you will arrange, I suppose, a check-in point with your client, and you'll get them to send you in a summary of how their week is going and what their barriers are. So is there something that's stopping them from getting one of those, or getting one of those goals, or doing one of their action steps? What is the barrier? Because everybody has them, and it's about exploring what they are and finding a way around them as well. And then tracking progress. So, what are the milestones for that person? How do we know that they've achieved one of their goals or successfully completed one of their action steps? What are their clear outcomes? This could be absolutely anything. So you will obviously explore this as part of the course. And this is something, again, that you set out with your client and that you agree on. You predetermine it and you pre-agree it before the person leaves your office, basically. So this is one of the tools that is used for exploration. It's called the Wheel of Life. So you're asked to rate your life from a 1 to 10 scale. Obviously 10 being, the best it can be, and then 1 being the worst. So as you can imagine, people have varying degrees of satisfaction and happiness in different areas of their lives. So you let's say you might have your career at 7, you might have money though at 3. Then health and well-being might be at 9 and family might be at 5. So you're going to have all of these different kind of levels of happiness and satisfaction in different parts of your life. So a completed Wheel of Life looks a little like that, not necessarily always. So generally what will happen is your client will decide, I'd like to start working on my career, or I'd like to start working on my health and well-being, it being at 4, which is one of the lowest scores there. And then once that is done, not done as such, but when you're working on that, you can move on to a different area. And what we want to do is to have a consistency in all of the scores. So they may not all get to 10, but if they're all if somebody is happy enough in all of those areas, but ideally get them to 10. Obviously, we want to be as happy as we can. So this is kind of used for reflection and also used for exploration as well. So then we have our weekly wellness tracker. So your action steps are predetermined, as I said before a person leaves to go home and get on with their lives. What the check-in plan is going to be. So is it going to be text message? Is it going to be an email? Is it going to be a phone call? How, again, this is something that you and your client will predetermine and agree on. Is it going to happen on Monday? Is it going to happen every day? Is it going to be once a week? The comments, obviously you'll include your comments down, and then any other action steps below. So you could have a number of these wellness trackers depending on what your client is, what you're coaching your client in on that particular month or week. So looking at why would you choose this course? You would choose this to join a new generation of healthcare professionals. Behavioral change theories and health and wellness coaching are now a well-recognized area within both biomedical and integrative healthcare. They are recognized as key to reducing the burden of chronic disease. So again, if you can imagine, in terms of chronic illness and disease, if someone is consistently being healthy with exercise or they've developed some healthy habits, this is going to lessen the burden in terms of their disease progressing any worse, or is even possibly the development of a chronic illness. So coaching can be very, very beneficial and extremely valuable in those areas when it's, if a client, I suppose, accomplishes what they've set out to do. But, as with anything, generally people are consistently works in progress. So coaching is something that can be done all of the time. Patient improvement compliance, it helps to improve patient compliance, goal attainment and satisfaction. So if you are an individual and you're looking to, add this to your skills in your business, improving patient compliance is absolutely essential for the success of your business, so that people, recommend you got positive word of mouth. And when people see an individual who's really happy in their lives and achieving their goals that they set out for themselves, people will ask, and it's a really good way to improve your business as well. Recent research demonstrates that health and wellness coaching alongside other healthcare strategies improves all of the above. So then the different career opportunities for health coaches. Obviously, as we mentioned already, in private practice alongside your current healthcare practice. It could be within groups for weight management or certain named conditions where groups like support groups. It could be working within corporations to introduce employee wellness programs into their companies. This is a huge area, and lots of our graduates do work in this area. Have set up businesses specifically for this area because there are so many businesses around Ireland, and companies are, understanding the value to having employee wellness programs, because it improves productivity from their clients or from their employees. It reduces absenteeism as well. So it's incredibly valuable for businesses to have these programs, and the more of them, the better, in my opinion. Working with insurance companies. So this is coaching, health and wellness coaching with insurance companies is very, very popular in the United States, where an insurance company will have coaches on site or online or in their offices for their customers to call and ask for coaching advice. So I think it's an up and coming area in Ireland as well. It can be integrated into an existing qualification such as nutritional therapy. So a lot of our students who are doing nutritional therapy or nutritional lifestyle coaching, they decide to add this into their pool of skills as such. And then you tell us, so there could be something that you could use coaching for that we don't know about yet. So if you do, let us know. So this is a student testimonial, and it's from Regina, and she is based in Sligo. And Regina said, "I found this course to be amazing. All my lecturers were truly passionate and had enthusiasm for teaching, which made learning far easier whilst they provided endless support for my studies. This course has been life-changing for me, both personally and professionally. I truly believe that the combination of nutrition and coaching is making the difference with my clients." So that's great. I think Regina did both nutrition and lifestyle coaching and health and wellness coaching. In terms of accreditation, this is recognised for 37 approved coaching specific training hours with the International Coaching Federation. So the ICF is obviously an international group of coaches, and you can get 37 approved hours for your membership. So you can join as a student or as an associate member, and then you can complete advanced training with Real Balance to obtain the full practitioner status. So to get the full ICF membership. You can also register with Complementary Medical Association, or CMA, as well, which is just another association that you can be part of. That's a recognised association. You can also sign up for the Health and Wellness Study trial. So it's 1 week of material which is completely free. And basically it gives you a taster of what the course is like. And so that you're under absolutely no obligation, obviously, to continue, but it's a really nice opportunity to see the material, a little bit of the material, and see actually, is this something that I'm going to like before you commit to buying or commit to enrolling onto the course. So if you would like to sign up for this, on our website, you'll see that kind of button there, free course trial, and if you click that, it'll bring you, and then you'll be added to the free trial. Also, if you want to apply for the course, you can fill out and submit an enrolment form, which again is on our website. You can just say apply for this course. It's a green button as well. You just click it and it brings you to a separate enrolment form, and you complete all of your details on that, press submit, and you'll get a confirmation email to say that it's been received. Then one of our enrolment team contacts you and we set up a short telephone interview, and this interview is done for all new students who join IHS. Any student who is already a student, they don't need to have a phone interview again. It's just for new students, and it's just part of the process so that we understand where you're coming from and vice versa, so you understand what the course is about as well. And then your place is offered via email, obviously suitability to the course, subject to suitability, and your place is offered and we'll send you your invoice as well. So also we have obviously lots of social media on the go. We have Instagram, which is at Institute of Health Sciences, and then we have Facebook and Twitter, I think, as well, at IHS Ireland. And we always post lots of information on our Instagram and Facebook feeds as well. So guys, any questions? I'm going to open up the Q&A section there. If anyone has any questions, please type it into the Q&A section and then I can answer them. Or you can also type them into the comment section either. I'll just type in here any questions. So somebody has asked, can one become a member of Health Coach Association upon completion Federation of Holistic Therapies? So what I would say to that is the Federation of Holistic Therapies, to my knowledge, we're not registered with those. However, you would possibly, my advice would be to contact the Federation of Holistic Therapies and ask if they recognise this particular health and wellness coaching course, and they may do. They may decide that they would like to. But to my knowledge, we don't have any dealings with the Federation of Holistic Therapies at the moment. So the two ones that you can become members of are CMA, Complementary Medical, or that CMA one, Complementary Medical Association, I think it's called, and the ICF, the International Coaching Federation. So they're the two ones definite. So I'm not 100% sure about that, I'm afraid. I can find out though. Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to dismiss that. Reopen. Does anyone else have any questions? Does this course qualify for entry into nutrition therapy course? So for entry into nutritional therapy course, there's no nutrition as part of this health and wellness coaching course. It's just coaching, so there's no nutrition information kind of shared in it. If you did want to do a nutritional therapy course, I'd recommend that you apply for that. And generally, the prerequisites that we have for people to do nutritional therapy is that you have completed your high school diploma or your Leaving Cert or your A-levels or whatever it is from where you come from. And everything then after that, you're taught on the course. So for nutritional therapy, you don't need to have any kind of science background. Obviously, it's really beneficial if you do, but it's not a requirement. We just like people to have a certain level of, that they've done their second level education. Even like a third level qualification is not required. So on our website, you can see the prerequisites for it, and then you can apply directly through the website. So nutritional therapy is a 3.5-year course. The first year is called Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching. That actually starts next Monday. Yeah, next Monday. And that's the first year of nutritional therapy. So people can do that as a 1-year course by itself. And so you become a nutrition and lifestyle coach. Or it can be your first step into becoming a fully qualified nutritional therapist, which takes 3.5 years. Does anyone have any other questions? Sorry, I hope that answers your questions there, those two questions. What about CI Level 5 Diploma Nutrition Lifestyle evaluating their role? Yes, so that is it's Level 5 UK Diploma. So that course is, as I mentioned, if you were to do nutritional therapy, which is the 3.5-year course, the Level 5 is year 2 of that 3.5-year course. So we have our Level 4, which is Nutrition and Lifestyle Coaching, which is year 1. Then we have Level 5, which is year 2. It's the Diploma in Nutrition and Lifestyle, evaluating their role in chronic disease development. And then you move into year 3, which is a Level 6 Diploma in Personalized Nutritional Therapeutics. And that's the 3rd year. And then you have the 4th year, which is clinical practice. So they have 6 months of clinical practice at the end. So that's the kind of breakdown of nutritional therapy, which is, again, is a completely separate course to this health and wellness coaching. Anna asks, do you think the online course is as beneficial as the face-to-face course, as I don't live in London, but I'm keen to start a course soon? Anna, yes, absolutely, because our online courses have been developed in a way that they are just as beneficial. I understand your concern, because I would prefer to be classroom based, but definitely online is very, very the way these online courses have been developed makes them really interactive, so that you do feel like you're nearly in the classroom. Because you do have the webinars for the health and wellness coaching, you kind of are in a classroom, but you're just not physically there, because you do have to log on at a certain time, and you do have to be speaking to people as well and be interactive. So certainly for the webinars, the health and wellness coaching webinars, it is the same as being in the classroom. but it's just spread out a little bit longer, and it makes it more doable for people who don't live close to the city, or they can't do some of the weekends or whatever it is. So definitely this, because the webinars of this course were only introduced a couple of years ago. We've run this course for quite a while, but the webinars, because we had to get them done in a specific way, and it had to be really interactive for people. So I would definitely say that would be no problem for you. Would your certificate course you were talking about qualify as an entry requirement to level 5? So if you were talking about the certificate, the health and wellness coaching certificate, no, it's not a qualification. It doesn't allow you to go into level 5. So again, it's not a nutrition qualification you're getting, it's coaching only. So in order to go into level 5, Diploma in Nutrition Lifestyle Coaching, evaluating their role, you have to complete the level 4 Nutrition Lifestyle Coaching, which this is not. It's done by IHS, obviously, but this is health and wellness coaching. I hope that answers the question for you. Any other questions from people? Okay, so there doesn't seem to be any more questions coming through unless one pops up. So everyone, I'd like to really thank you for joining me this evening. And if you do have any questions, please let me know. You can call the office, or you can just email in info@ihsireland.com, and you can, if you would like to join up again for the free trial, which I'd really recommend if you're kind of a little bit sitting on the fence kind of about the course, I definitely recommend that you do that, because you'll definitely see that it's something that you would really enjoy and love. And as in the email that we send out to you tomorrow, there will be a link to view this again if you'd like to rewatch the webinar. And also we'll have confirmation details of the discounts that are on offer. So the 30% off the introduction course, and then that fee that you pay to complete the introduction course. If you continue on to do the certificate, the practitioner course, that amount that you pay will be deducted off your invoice. So you're essentially getting the introduction for free. So thank you all, and I hope you enjoy the rest of your evening. Thank you.